Alright, so the Poc-Oh-No review. Let's go ahead and jump into this disaster of a weekend. So Xfinity race, the race was pretty shit, but it had a pretty good last lap battle. Cole Custer gets a last lap pass on Tyler Reddick. Cole Custer wins again in a race full of leeches. Hey, at least once again a regular one. Can we still keep the leeches out of the series, though? The leeches still fucking ruin it. And to be honest, for that Xfinity finish, I'm not sure what the hell Tyler Reddick was bitching about in that finish, about Cole Custer racing him hard. Like, Custer didn't even touch Reddick. Like, Tyler Reddick just lost control of his car, got loose in turn 3, and Cole Custer went under him clean. Like, I'm not sure what the hell he was arguing about. So, yeah, in terms of what Cole Custer did, I have no problem with it. You know, it's just hard racing. Like, they were still racing each other. They still kept going. Still kept their position. So, I got no problem with what Custer did. But I think Reddick's just trying to find a way, you know, to create some drama. Yes, double on big word. Drama. But yeah, let's continue on. So, also Saturday was IndyCar race 1 in Detroit on Belle Isle. Sadly, I did not go to the races. I am looking at going to one of the Belle Isle races in Detroit in 2020 for sure. That is a guarantee. That is for sure. I'm looking at going to Belle Isle in 2020. Mark the calendars. I might go to an IndyCar race at the turn of the decade. But yeah, the start of this race at Belle Isle, it was delayed because of rain. And when they did get going underway, the race went from being a 70-lap race to being a 75-minute race, which meant the cars would be on track for 75 minutes. And whatever lap the cars were on, when that timer expires, that would be the last lap of the race. Like, overall, it was a really action-packed race. Joseph Newgarden won, but the race was still short. I would have gave him at least 90 minutes. I think 75 minutes was not enough time. I would have gave him at least 90 minutes, give him at least an hour and a half. But yeah, I think 75 minutes is not enough racing for IndyCar. They need a lot more time than that. Either 90 minutes or 120 minutes, which would be 2 hours. I think that's the perfect time slot, is around that time frame. 90 minutes to 120 minutes. That's how much time you should have to get a race in, not 75 minutes. 75 minutes looks like it's just too rushed and like too much happening in very little time. But yeah, you all get the point. Next up, we get to the Cup race, Pocono. Actually, you know what? Before we get to Pocono, we'll say Pocono for last. We'll do Sunday, the second IndyCar race in Detroit. This one actually went the advertised distance of 70 laps. It was a really good action-packed race. You know, a lot of different leaders, a lot of different strategy in this race, a lot of action. You know, the race centered on our green-white checkered rules. Yes, you heard that correctly. IndyCar is officially having green-white checkers. Man, we've been asking for that for years, and we're finally getting it. Hallelujah. Scott Dixon wins race 2 in a really good battle at the end there with Marcus Ericsson. Marcus Ericsson got a second-place run in the second race on Belle Isle. Not bad. So yeah, some really good IndyCar races. And IndyCar is going to be back, I think it's next week at Texas. Either next week or in 2 weeks is when IndyCar will be back for Texas. Xfinity is going to be at Michigan next week. So yeah, how about that? Also, ARCA Series. ARCA Series, another solid race. Hailie Deegan ran in that race. She got a top 10 run and 7th place finish in a Venturini car. So not a bad run for Hailie. Can't wait to see her get more opportunities. You know, really talented driver. Can't wait to see her come up to the higher ranks in the series. But yeah, and of course, we get to the Cup race, Pocono. Oh boy, that Cup race at Pocono was a complete disaster from start to finish. Like, it was a complete boring-ass race. Like, the only thing that made it somewhat interesting was the different pit strategy. Was the amount of different pit strategies. That was literally the only reason we had any passing in this race, was because of pit strategy. That was the only reason we ever really had lead changes, was pit strategy at the end of stages. You know, when the pit, when not the pit, who's staying out to win the race, who's staying out to get stage points. Yeah, you get the picture. So yeah, not much happened in this race. It was complete boring. Complete boredom. And even 4 fresh tires weren't even enough to get the job done here, because clean air is still got at this track. And lo and behold, King Leach, Kyle Busch wins. Yep, Kyle Busch wins, gets win number 55 of the season. Win number 4 on the year. The 10th win this year for the Big 3. Yes, the Big 3 is officially back in business. Oh, by the way, with Kyle Busch's win, Kyle Busch ties Rusty Wallace for 9th all-time on the all-time career wins list. Oh boy. Now all those Kyle Busch sexuals are gonna start talking shit to all the Rusty Wallace fanboys. Oh, fuck my life. Whoopee. So another win to fuel all those Kyle Busch fans' arrogance. Wonderful. That's what we truly needed, was to fuel their fire. Wonderful. But yeah, you know, this race was utter shit. Like, this package still cannot fix Pocono. So yeah, another good run of racing, and at Pocono, guess what? We've all been dick punched back to reality. Damn. Like, honestly, I don't think it matters what kind of package we put at Pocono. No matter what package we put on this crappy-ass track, the race is still gonna suck ass regardless. Hell, we could put that proposed package I ruled out a couple weeks ago, where I said take the splitter off, take the taper spacer off, get rid of side force. We could put, if we did those 3 things to this package and ran it here at Pocono, this race would still suck ass even with that package. Because Pocono is not a track meant for stock cars. Like, hell, why the hell do we still come here? I don't know. You're gonna have to ask NASCAR's execs on their fucking incompetent decision-making again. Like, honestly, I offer 2 choices here. Either A, let's stop going to Pocono altogether, or B, let's just run the fucking Pocono road course. Do the Pocono Roval. Like, fuck me. The Pocono Roval would be a fucking better option than this shit. Like, god damn, this race sucked ass. But yeah, what else? It's Pocono. What else is new? The track blows. It's not a track meant for stock cars. Can we please stop going to this dump? But yeah, next week is Michigan, and I'm going to be missing the Michigan race because I'm going to Comic-Con next week in Niagara Falls. Fuck, why couldn't Comic-Con be this weekend so I can fucking miss this race? Because I just found out, like, Saturday afternoon that Detroit Lions head coach Matt Patricia is going to be the Grand Marshal for the Michigan race. Yes, the head coach for my favorite NFL team is going to be the Grand Marshal at my home track race. Fuck my life. God damn it. Honestly, I wish Matt Patricia would have been the Grand Marshal for the August race, because I plan on going in that race. Fuck. Damn it. Fuck my life. Seriously. It's because, yeah, next week we go to Michigan. I mean, we can't do any worse than Pocono. Right? Right? But yeah, of course, IndyCar is going to be at Texas next week. And so is the Truck Series. Truck Series is also going to have a standalone race in Texas. And King Leach already used up all 5 of his truck starts, so we don't have to worry about that shit anymore. Wonderful. Hooray. Yeah, Xfinity is also in Michigan next week, but that race is going to be full of fucking leeches. I believe Kyle Busch is in that race, too. Next Xfinity race will probably be won by King Leach, because we can't have nice things. Like, the Xfinity Series is going too good right now. We can't have that kind of momentum here. But yeah, at least Formula 1 comes back next Sunday, because Formula 1 goes to Canada, in Montreal, Quebec, with all the Frenchies. Wonderful. But yeah, that's this week in NASCAR and auto racing with NASCAR and friends. It's just another trash weekend for NASCAR. But yeah, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, peace out.